One of the first things that I realized that they do when they're building a house, they actually put the caution tape around the building site. They make sure that you know, hey, there's some building that's going on. And everybody's not going to be allowed to be on this building site. And so I know for myself, there were some friends that I had to cut off. Like, I had to really take a step back and say, are they really going to mean like what I want to accomplish, like for my good? And if they're not, then I need to actually escort you off of this building site.
Right. Because
you got two different types of people that are not supposed to be on your building site, and if you're not careful, they will be detrimental to whatever it is you're trying to build. You got dream killers, and you got dream stealers. Okay, so those are two different types of people, and if you're not careful, you will mistake one for the other. Okay, so those dream killers are the people that are in your life, and they might be close to you, they might not be close to you. Those are the people that when you say, man, this is what I want to accomplish, they're like, man, you sure you want to do that? Why you want to do that? Like, listen, it's okay to just be like everybody else. Listen, it's okay, right? Just sit down, chill, have a seat, be like everybody else. And those are the people, and here's the crazy thing, is what it really is that your dream actually makes them uncomfortable. It really makes them uncomfortable, and you got to get to that point where you're confident enough in what God has given you to escort them off of the building site. Because if not, you're going to find yourself those days that you really don't feel like building, you're going to find yourself like, well, I guess I probably should, just be like everybody else.
Wow.
This is another thing that I realized. The thing is, here's the crazy thing. While I was actually getting a house built, I actually drove through the neighborhood. And when I drove through the neighborhood, went to the front office, I went to LGI Homes, I went into the office, and what I found out inside of the office was they only have 3 different floor models. And they just duplicate them throughout the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And those are the people that are dream killers. Like, they're telling you, listen, just be another duplicate. You good. But I found out, I said, man, you know what, man, that's not the kind of life that I want. Like, I want a mansion. So you know what, I gotta go find the lot that I want. This is the space that I want to occupy. So I buy the lot. And in the process of building, again, I've identified who those dream killers are, I knocked them out. But the issue is you also have dream stealers, and here's the crazy thing. If you're not careful, the dream stealers, they'll come onto your building site and they'll take what you need to build your house.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they'll literally stumble up, they'll walk on your building site and say, is that a hammer? Oh, I think that is a hammer. Like that. Put it in their pocket, and they'll walk off. And with that hammer, when you get ready to use that hammer to hit that nail in, they walked away with your faith. They walked away with your hope. They walked away with your peace. And if you're not careful and know what it is that you want, see, the biggest thing that I found out was in Jeremiah 29:11, God says, I know the plans I have for you.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing, it's personal. You personally, you're sitting in your seat. When you look yourself in the mirror, you're able to say, Lord, you know the plans you have for me. And you know what I did? It's hard. It's really hard. And this is me being very transparent with you. I went through 2 failed marriages because I got impatient. And in the process of building a mansion, it's one thing if you're just trying to build a 1-room shack. Put it up, throw it up, it's done. But when you want to build a mansion, it's going to take time. And it's going to take you literally deciding, I'm not going to forego. I get it. It's a distraction. It looks good. Listen, it's already built. I can just move in over here. But if you're not careful, you will literally give up your dream.
Yeah.
You will give up your hopes. You will give up your desires if you're not careful and really look at the blueprint. I'm talking about literally put it on paper, what it is that you desire. Write the vision, make it plain. And it's going to take some time. Like, it's not going to be an overnight thing. I think we live in the microwave generation at this point.
Yeah.
It is easy. It's like, listen, I want this full course lasagna, 12 layers. I'm putting it in the microwave for 15 seconds, and when it comes out, I need it to be full done, crispy. And that's the way we live our lives. Like, it is uncomfortable. Because what we see is we see other people seeming to be living their lives. And the truth is, what we see is a preview of what their life really looks like. We see highlights. Like, I love sports. And one of the things I found out while watching sports, like, if you're not careful, you'll see a highlight and you think the team that lost really won. Like, if you're not serious, like, they'll show somebody dunking on somebody just like, right, you're like, oh, remember that, man? Oh, man, I should have DVR'd that. I should have seen the game. And then you look at the actual game, like, look at the stats, and you're like, you got blew out by 40. They saw the highlight. Same thing with previews. How many of y'all have ever seen a movie that you was like, or a preview of a movie, you was like, man, I bet that movie gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then you go see the movie and you're like, this was it? Man, they did a real good job on the preview. And so I say that because here's the deal. What I need you to do, I need you to get your house built. But I need you to be careful what you're building your house with.
Yeah.
Because if you're not careful, how many of y'all have ever driven past a house, a mansion, I'm talking about it's beautiful. And you look at it, you say, man, I wonder what kind of work they do. Man, I wonder like how much money it costs to build a house like that or live in a house like that. And when you go, if you have the opportunity to go in the house, though, there are no walls.
Wow.
On the inside.
Wow.
Because we've been so wrong, like we've been spoon-fed to be more worried about look versus function. I'm serious. Like when you look and play sports when we were younger, like we watched people on the football on the game. They got wristbands on, they got spat on. I mean, they got sleeves on. I mean, they got all of this gear on, and they got it on for a reason. But we've gotten to the point where, listen, I ain't even getting in the game, but I'll make sure I got my spat. I'm not even in the game. So we literally took in that same exact mindset as a kid, wanting to look like we are on TV, and we literally carried that into our lives. I know I have. Is there anybody else who, like, you be honest with yourself?